Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey girl.
Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right into it, okay? But first, I must let you know that I have a podcast called Jazmyn Gives Bad Advice. It's on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast, so please check it out. It's really, really funny, hilarious, so funny, and only 10 to 15 minutes long, okay? Also, y'all know I love to support Black businesses. For the next few weeks, off and on, I'll be supporting my cousin, hashtag cousin for Congress, okay? So if you follow me on Instagram, you see I've been supporting my cousin Joshua Harris Till, and he is running for Congress. So donate to his campaign. The link to donate is below. Listen, if everybody just donates, everybody who watches this video, if you just donate $2 to help the future, right, by having
or 20
a Black man be voted into Congress here in the U.S., then you know you doing something right, okay? I don't ask y'all for $1,
nothing,
okay? But I am asking you to support Black business, and that includes helping support my cousin's campaign, Joshua Harris Till. Okay, so anyway, y'all know this is Married at First Sight, okay? I know I'm a little late on all my videos, but relax. All right. Listen, I'm not going to break my neck. Okay. I got to go to Vegas and see Usher. But anyway, here we are. And I'm very thankful that y'all here. Okay. Y'all know on my channel, we always start with the most
boring couple.
You get it. You get it. You get it. Listen, okay, let's start off with, let's hope I can read my handwriting, first of all, honey, because I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I took a little extracurricular before I watched Married at First Sight, and everything was stupid to me, okay? Everything, nothing makes sense. Everything was dumb. So let's go ahead and
see what happened.
See what we got here, okay? I actually have, I wrote down Miguel and her. Who is her? I don't even know. I think it's Lindy, right? I think her name Lindy. Anyway, so let's start with Miguel and Lindy. Okay? Lindy told Miguel, Miguel told Lindy, you know, I've seen you at your worst. And Lindy said, no, you haven't.
Oh, okay. Scary.
And he was like, I haven't. And she was like, no, you haven't. And he was like, well, damn. I know, I'm like, baby, we thought we all saw you at your worst, but she told him to buckle up because it gets worse, okay? The pressure is getting worse. I was like, okay. I wrote down, Lindy is terrible. Lindy is terrible. Listen, saying that, bragging about how you terrorized somebody in a past relationship. Lindy was like, oh, you should have seen me in past relationships. I really terrorized my ex. That's toxic. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Go to therapy and be by yourself. Because bragging about how you were so bad to a person that you used to date, that you terrorized them, is not healthy. And you don't need to be, nobody deserves to be with you. Okay, what kind of punishment is that? Okay? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Go to therapy and still be by yourself.
My daddy texted me during the show and said, now that she has insurance, she love him. I was like, okay, she got the benefits and it's all good. Miguel said things are going so good. And Lindy said things are going so good in the relationship. Y'all are delusional. Y'all are delusional. And I wrote down, Lindy said, I've been in relationships where I got away with murder. And I wrote down that that's weird. If Miguel told us that he's been in a relationships where he got away with murder, we would be talking about how toxic he is. And nobody's talking about how toxic Lindy is. They actually were a little bit on Twitter, but I just need y'all to recognize that that is unacceptable. Okay? Let's move on to the next couple, okay? Because it didn't take me long to get them together. Let's move on to, the next couple is going to be Justin and Alexis.
Oh, Lord.
Justin and Alexis. Alexis says, we are having issues and they continue to keep coming up. That's kind of what marriage is. I'm sorry. Until you actually work through issues, it's really, really difficult to work through issues in a marriage too, to actually solve the issues. Typically, when you're in a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, y'all been together 30 days, the same issues are going to keep coming up. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of important to pay attention to what issues you have in the beginning. Are they big? Are they little? Yeah, you know what I mean? So anyway, Justin said that he was feeling discouraged because he felt like he doesn't have enough time to fix everything. I feel like this is just another one of Justin's excuses. Honey, Justin has more excuses than Justin Timberlake when the titty came out at the Super Bowl, honey. He has lots of excuses, okay? I just feel like I don't have enough time. Allows him to not have to work on the relationship because I just don't have enough time to do what you asking me to do. So I'm just not going to do anything because Justin don't like to do anything to work towards his relationship. I don't know what Justin likes to do in general. What does he do for a living? Let me know in the comments. Alexis was very positive. She says we have time to recover. We can go out and we can go out hard. And Justin says, you know, and then she said, we just experienced too much too soon.
Girl, bye.
I guess, like, your dog got bit, baby. Like, at the end of the day, when you've been with somebody for a decade or two, this is a very small thing that's going to happen in your relationship. Like, this is not even, like, through the trenches, honey. So, if y'all really, it just lets me know that, you know, people who are not, or who have never been in a long-term relationship or very serious, committed relationship like Alexis, they're going to be rattled by every little thing that happens. Not understanding that this is just relationships. You blending your animals together, it's just a possibility. Yeah, Justin didn't handle it at all. He didn't handle it properly at all. But this is just a very small thing in the grand scheme of things when it comes to a relationship. So anyway, when they all sat down and had dinner, everybody was talking about their relationship, okay? To be honest, I don't remember what Miguel and Lindy said about their relationship. That's why I don't have any notes on that. But Alexis said that she doesn't want to share. And Justin was like, why don't you want to share, babe? Am I not a great man to you? Am I not a good husband to you? And she was like, I just don't want to share.
And ate her snacks.
And he was like, why don't you want to share? Okay, I see how you are because I thought I was a good man to you. I thought I was good to you. I thought everything was going good. And she was like, I just don't want to share. And he was like, oh, so you don't want to share. Oh, so you think that this is not working. Baby, she said she don't want to talk. Do you want her to talk or embarrass you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you want to be embarrassed or quiet? That's what I'm trying to figure out, Justin. Why you want her to embarrass you so bad? You know, but anyway, she said at the end of the day, she was trying to be respectful to her husband's sensitivity. That was the little shade. But yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Alexis. Justin was over there cracking his neck, leaning his head back, putting his head down on the table. Justin started pouting. Alexis started talking about how he pouting, honey. I'm just letting y'all know this review ain't gonna be good because I didn't take good notes because all of this was some BS. I just, after a while, I didn't even know what they were talking about anymore. I was like, why are we still talking about this? Why did Alexis go through all of that silence? I'm not going to say anything just to start talking about the relationship. Baby, if you're going to be quiet, stick to your guns. Okay?
Right. Exactly.
Alexis was like, oh, I'm going to talk about it since he want me to talk about it so bad. Let me just talk about it because he want me to talk. No, stick to your gut instinct. You don't have to say nothing. Just because everybody else is going around the room sharing about their relationship doesn't mean you have to say anything. You don't. But anyway, I wrote down, y'all are two different people. And I don't know if she said that or Alexis or Justin said that or I said that, honey, at this point. But that's all my notes on that. At the end of the day, Justin and Alexis are not compatible. Justin don't really seem compatible with anybody, honey. And Alexis needs somebody who's more mature because she's pretty mature, but Justin is bringing her down, bringing her maturity down. And Miguel and Lindy, I think Miguel and Lindy want to be married so bad that they just gonna be with each other. I got a feeling Miguel just want to be with her so bad, honey, that he'll just accept anything at this point. But let's move on to the next couple, okay? Whew, I don't know if I should do Mitch and Kristen or light-skinned Keisha. Let's do light-skinned Keisha and light-skinned Lindy. Light-skinned Keisha was talking to her mama. And I said, thank God for her mom. Right. She said, he's not showing me that he loves me. He's not showing me that he wants to love me. And I don't want to be in a loveless marriage. I know we've been together for 29 days.
In 2 hours.
But he don't love me like he should love me.
I'm hurting.
Girl, it's been a month.
Literally.
Baby, I have never loved anything in a month. Who love another person in 30 days, honey? Child, I had a baby. It took me 45 days to...
Girl.
I kid. Anyway, she said she don't want to be in a loveless marriage. Her mama said, it's been a month. It's been a month. Calm down. Why are you feeling so insecure about this? Then her mama started crying and said, I feel like she has trauma because I was in a very bad relationship. And she had to see that. And I'm glad, her mother is so very self-aware, but she's not as self-aware as her mom. So thank God for her mama, okay? I thought it was so odd. That light-skinned Keisha said, trust is earned. It's not given. Trust is earned.
Okay.
But what about love? You expect somebody to just give you love? They don't even know anything about you. Love is earned as well. So how can you understand that trust is earned, but you want somebody to just love you up front?
Ooh.
And you actually want them to love you, and you don't even trust them. It's not making sense, babe. It's not making sense. So let's go back to the drawing board, babe. All right? Because it's not making no sense, light-skinned Keisha.
Right.
Anyway, they laid in bed, and she was drilling him like she always be doing. She's really looking for confirmation. You know what I mean? She's looking for reassurance because her self-esteem is
low.
She was like, so, where do you think we are in our relationship? And he was like, I think we at a good pace. I think we are going at a really good pace. And that's, what it was. Anyway, then they went to the lawyer's office to talk about their post-nuptial agreement. I wrote down, why y'all want a man to lead so bad?
Ooh, child.
I mean, in my opinion, when you are in a relationship with somebody, people have their strengths and people have their weaknesses, right? And when you are strong at doing something, you might be weak in these areas, and then that person can come in and fill in the areas in which you're weak and be strong in those areas and vice versa. Why you want a man to lead so bad when you leading? What's the problem?
Please let me know.
And I feel like this is rooted in y'all's whatever it is that you taught growing up. But the reality is y'all need to really let that go, okay? In every relationship, in some of the most successful relationships, I guess I've seen in my family growing up, the women, they run in the household. They run in the finances. They run in the bills. They run in everything that's happening. But how is the man leading? By making money? He never gonna do that. He never gonna make more money than you, sis. So how is he leading? Why do you want him to lead so bad? Why can't you just lead and he pick up, baby, follow your lead? What's the problem?
Let me know.
Y'all gotta let that go. That has a chokehold. A man leading has a chokehold on y'all. I'm ready for a female president. Okay, that's all I got to say. Anyway,
move on, sis, cause
their post-nuptial agreement, okay, says that, she wants, if she puts in 90% of the savings in their account together and he puts in 10% of the savings, then when they leave, she wants him to leave with his 10% and her 90%. I don't understand what's the point of having your own separate accounts and an account together if you're going to make him leave with his 10%.
Right.
Wouldn't you be holding on to most of your money and he be holding on to some of his money and then the money that goes in here, y'all share? I don't understand that. Because, baby, if I contribute a little 10%, don't be trying to have me leave with my 10% I came in with because you upgraded my lifestyle.
Period.
Baby, you upgraded my lifestyle. So whatever you got in your account is yours. Whatever I got in my account is mine. But this money we got together, honey,
ours.
we got to split that. Don't be trying to have me leave with $100 and you leave with $1,000.
Okay.
No, baby. We built this together. We planned this together. Let me know what y'all think. Because she want him to lead, but want him to take his 10%, but want to make all the money. I don't get it. I'm confused. So let's just let go of all the rules, is what I say. But anyway, honey, let me mind my business. Anyway.
Okay, mind your business, Jazz. Mind your business. That's all. Just
light-skinned Keisha asked Nate once again how he felt about her. I said, baby, what have you learned? You already asked him this last week.
Right.
What has changed within a week? But I guess it has changed because Nate said he had a 7 and an 8. He's growing. We got over a hurdle. That's what makes me thinks that the relationship is getting better because we got over a hurdle. Whatever you say, Nate. I really don't think Nate like her like that.
Right.
To be honest, to be 100% honest, I don't think he likes her like that. I don't think that he can be himself around her. And it's really important in a relationship that two people can be their authentic selves around each other. I don't think Nate can do that, to be honest, because she got him walking on eggshells, to be honest. That's what I think. Anyway, my mama said she tired of seeing Nate's braids hang off of his head like he one of them dinosaurs. What is that, like a pterodactyl or something? I don't know. But she said he need to put it up in a bun. He need to braid it to the side or something. She said she tired of having his ponytails hang off the back of his head. And I agree. Anyway, they got matching tattoos together. Y'all know how light-skinned Keisha was like, ooh, this hurt. That's how I was when I got a tattoo. I don't know how y'all do it. Why y'all do it? I'll never do it again. I have one tattoo and I'll never do it again. If I could get it removed, I would. Okay? But that hurt worse, so I'm not doing it. Anyway, I wrote down Nate is fake. He said Stassi is his BFF. I said, what happened to the other friends you had that we saw before you got married?
Katie.
What happened to Morgan, Becky, whatever her name was? What happened to her?
Stacey.
I thought she was your best friend. What happened to all these other people that's what I'm saying. Nate is not being himself. What happened to the other friends you had, Nate? Automatically you got married and Stassi is your best friend now. Child, just because you get married, it doesn't mean that person has to take the place of the best friend that you had originally. You can be best friends with more than one people at once. Let's let it go. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on to Mitch and Kristen. Kristen was talking to her friend and she felt discouraged because she said that Mitch told her that success is the enemy of the coochie cutters or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it's something to do with capitalism. And you know what? Y'all is not seeing this in the comments because Jay-Z got online and told y'all capitalism was made up. But Mitch is not wrong. And nobody's saying that success in the way that we get success. We're talking about, billionaires and capitalism and the way that people acquire wealth. A lot of you guys aren't getting it. I actually had somebody in the comments, no shade, but they were like, Jazmyn, I own a property in a different state and it's not that deep. Yeah, it's not that deep to own property. I'm not saying that you shouldn't own extra properties. I would love to own a couple of properties one day. However, what I'm saying is don't try to act like you're doing something to help people when you're just doing it to make money. Kristen will never come to terms with it because it challenges everything that she's believed in growing up. You can still learn about the way that the world works, not necessarily agree with it, and have to participate in it for your own well-being, for the well-being of your kids. We all participate in capitalism. It's okay. But when you are married to somebody like Mitch, it's going to be very difficult to have a relationship that works. That's all that I'm saying. Kristen said that she feels like that Mitch is duking on her dreams. To be honest, I thought, why is it your dream to flip houses?
Ooh, that's the tea.
Why is it your dream to flip houses? A dream to me is something that's internal, right? Like, why is it your dream to flip houses? No shade. But most people who flip houses do it because they want to make money, right? If it's your dream to do something for other people, wouldn't you build houses for the homeless? Like when you build houses for under families who don't have a lot of income, why is it your dream to buy an old house, redo it, and sell it for profit? That's your dream?
Right.
To me, that don't sound right. To me, that don't sound right. If you want to be an interior decorator, that could be your dream.
Right.
If you want to be a builder and redo people's homes, go into their houses, use their budget, to me, that's a cool dream. But to flip houses is a dream? I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting it. But anyway.
As a dream, though. A dream. Okay.
I wrote down what kind of dream is that. Anyway, I also wrote down it's like somebody saying, my dream is to sell cars. Your dream is to sell cars? Or is you doing it just because you want to make money? It's a cool way to make money. You're good at it. Why is it your dream to sell people vehicles? Anyway, I'm not trying to shit on nobody's dreams. But anyway.
Get off of it, Jazz.
Mitch and Kristen went to do yoga, and Kristen was talking about how loud Mitch was. How loud his breath was. In yoga, I think you're supposed to have audible breath.
A lot of the times.
Okay. Yeah. There's different names for it. I used to be a huge yogi. I haven't gone to yoga in years since the pandemic. But, I wrote down, how are you mad at Mitch for being loud during yoga when your dog snore?
Right. Make it make sense.
I don't know. Anyway, I wrote down, Mitch thinks he's deep. He's about as deep as a loogie. Mitch is one of those guys, particularly white men, who really be thinking he knowing something, honey. Mitch knows a lot about the environment, but very little about anything else. He seems to know very little about life, very little about communication, very little about emotional intelligence, very little about selflessness when it comes to being in a relationship, very little about relationships in general. He knows a lot about the environment, but not much about anything else. But he thinks he's an expert on everything, and you're not, baby.
Cleaning.
Mitch is one of the most
dirty,
selfish people I've ever seen on this show. It's a very weird combination to have, to be so selfless when it comes to the environment, to be able to sacrifice so much in that area, but be so selfish as a person when it comes to your own ideas and what you want to do. You know what I mean? It's odd. But I guess if you spend so much time giving in one area, then maybe you deserve to be selfish when it comes to living in your own world.
Or that's how he think, but
I don't know, honey. Anyway, Kristen and Mitch were looking at their wedding photos, and Kristen got very, very emotional. I said, I think Kristen is trying to prove to her dad that she's worth marriage, that she's worth something. Because there's no reason in looking at your wedding photos and saying, my dad was so happy. I never thought I would see my dad that happy. He was so happy for me. My dad was happy. She didn't say nothing about her being happy, nothing about Mitch being happy. Girl, stop trying to please your daddy. Okay? If your daddy don't find you worth something without being married, without the things that you've already accomplished, then screw him. Anyway,
that was a word, though.
The team, the people, they went out on their little outing to dinner and stuff like that. And being in Mindy wasn't there. They said that Mindy was taking a mental health day. I said, Anyway, when Mitch and Kristen were asked about their relationship, did y'all notice that Mitch's speech was entirely about himself? Entirely about himself. What I learned, that I didn't really know much about a relationship, and I thought that I really learned a lot, and me. Me. He didn't say nothing about Kristen. He didn't say nothing about how much he appreciates her, how much they're a good match, how much he's fallen for her, how much she's taught him anything. It was all about himself. He is the most selfish person that I've ever seen on this show. And then Kristen got mad because Mitch's speech was all about him. She decided, I'm going in, and I'm gonna go hard. She said, nah, baby. She started bashing him at the table, honey. She said, I'm gonna slap him soon. My bad. She said, I'm gonna snap soon. Because she was like, I don't know what to do. This man ain't no good. He dookie. I don't like him. I don't know what she said, honey, but I know it wasn't good. And it was all about Mitch and how he not living up to her expectations. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. But I thought you was in love last week. I thought he was perfect last week. But this week you realize that he's dookie. Okay.
Hello, mother. Hey.
I wrote down, what was the question again? Because Kristen went on and on about how Mitch sucked. And she not wrong. But then I'm trying to figure out what the question was because I forgot. And I think she forgot, actually.
I'm eating. You the waitress.
Then Alexis chimed in, it's better to lose Mitch than to lose yourself. Because Kristen was like, I feel like if I'm not, exactly who Mitch expects me to be, I'm going to lose him. And baby, that's okay. Alexis, her advice was right, but Alexis, you be quiet.
Okay.
Because baby, we don't need to hear no advice from you after you and your husband just went back and forth and you didn't have nothing to say about him, honey. Be quiet, Alexis. Let her talk. Okay, tell her this after the fact. You don't have to chime in, preach. Alexis was over there. Keep yourself and lose the Negro. Girl, we ain't asked you what you thought about this. But she wasn't wrong, though.
I'm going in, and I'm gonna go hard,
And then, because Alexis said something, Justin came in and said, I just want to say that I've been knowing Mitch for the last 4 weeks and who he was, and I just want to compliment him on his growth. I feel like he's done a lot of growth. That's exactly what Kristen is talking about. Kristen doing all of this, going above and beyond, and y'all complimenting Mitch on his growth because he's lame. He does the bare minimum, and y'all over here bowing at his feet. Kristen over here changing her whole identity to be with this raggedy dude. And then he says, yeah, I've had a lot of growth. And all of the men going like this. Y'all need help. Y'all need help. Help. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, Kristen and Mitch are not compatible. Mitch needs to be with a girl who don't wear shoes. Who pick up trash on the weekends at the beach. Yeah, that's who he need to be with. Anyway, let's move on to the last couple, honey. I'm drained. Bendy and Mindy. Or should I say Bendy and Ben and Mayweather. Mayweather met with Ben and he gave her roses. He said, watch out for the thorns. And she grabbed them. She grabbed him like this and then she bit him.
Girl.
And she spit the roses out on the floor and thorns was in her lips. And then she's like, Justin, you told Justin everything. And Ben was like, he was shocked, honey. Shocked. He didn't know what to do. She said, it's been 30 days in, and I'm tired, and I'm mentally exhausted.
I'm shocked. Just like Ben. Speechless.
Oh, my goodness. I wrote down, Mindy is ready to fight Ben. I said, who is she? Floyd Mayweather? She set up in the camera with the producers and talked about how she's ready to go in on Ben, how she's ready to slap him around, how she's ready to punish him for his mistakes.
She needs help.
What
the hell?
A weird thing to do and say.
Toxic.
What a weird way to think. You hurt me, so I'm ready to ruin your life.
Ooh, child. That used to be you, though. Oh, ooh.
Girl, you need help. You need help. I wrote down, she walked up the hill like she was the Rock and she was ready to wrestle.
A wrestle.
Whew.
Wrestler.
She said, I was looking for a man to do X, Y, and Z, and you're not that man. You're not that man. I don't want you. Then she says, I'm going to give you one chance to explain yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
What sense does that make? If you was looking for X, Y, and Z and he not it, and you don't want him, and you don't want to be with him, and he's the worst person in the world, and he betrayed you, and he told Justin that you weren't a nurse, and he betrayed your trust and did all this, why you want him to explain himself? Break up.
Right.
End the experiment. You want him to explain himself just so you can dookie on him. Why? You already made your mind up that he's the worst person. And now you want him to explain himself. Why?
Right.
So that you can dookie on him, so that you can make him feel worse, so that you can not accept his apology, so that you can continue to make him feel bad and tell him what a bad person he is and how bad he is, because that's what somebody did to you when you was growing up.
Ooh.
You made a little mistake, a very human mistake, and they made you feel like you wasn't dookie. And now you have to do that to other people as soon as they hurt you, because that's what somebody did to you growing up. I feel bad for you.
I really do.
I feel bad for you. I feel bad that that's what type of person you are, Mayweather. Child.
Floyd.
Morgan, Ben asked Morgan, what did I say? What did I say that was so bad? And she said, you lied about me being a nurse. What else? We already dealt with that. I thought we already solved that last week or the week before. And he apologized. He did on an apology tour, honey. And you still didn't forgive him for that. What's wrong with you, Mayweather? I wrote down, this is one of the lamest arguments I've ever seen in my life, in general. He was like, well, Morgan, I'm sorry. I thought that, but nothing. You're the most terrible person I've ever seen in my life. You betrayed me. You betrayed my trust. You did everything that I told you not to do, and you just did it anyway. Well, I'm really sorry. You're sorry for what? You hurt me. Oh my gosh, this is so lame. Like, why do you want to sit here and go back and forth with him about this? Oh my gosh.
I'm living my best life.
At the end of the day, Ben stopped arguing. He stopped arguing. He just looked at her like this. He had a little white on his lip and everything. He was like, baby, Ben, at the end of the day, Ben said, I'm sorry. I just want to own up to everything. You want to own up to what? Everything. What do you want to own up to, Ben? Tell me right now. Spit it out. Well, I think I told Justin that you was stupid. He just started making up stuff, honey, because he didn't know what to apologize for. These are the only people he could talk to in the experiment. Everybody's talking about their relationship. When you guys get together, you talk about your relationship. When you get with the girls, you talk about your relationship. When I get with the guys, I talk about our relationship. I just met these people, and all we're doing is sitting around and talking about our relationship. And now I'm the bad guy. And now you hate my guts. And at the end of the day, Morgan said, you know what? I'm going to stay together because I want you to see my face every day. And I want to remind you every day how you're wrong, how you suck, how you're a bad person. I want to wake up with you every morning, and I want you, as soon as you roll over, to see that you ain't shit. I want you to know that you're a dookie. You look like dookie. You smell like dookie. You have the personality of a dookie head. And I want to let you know that you're the most terrible person that I've ever met in my entire life, Ben. I want to be there every day to remind you of that. Yeah. You need help. Yeah. Counseling.
Allegedly. Counseling
is what you need. Counseling. Honey. Prayer. Woo! Y'all, this is already too long, okay? I can't wait to see y'all's comments. I want to know what y'all think. Honey, because this is a hot mess, okay? Listen, I have a bunch of recorded videos that I ain't put out yet, and hopefully I can put them out over the next few days, okay? Appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.